For this Horse and Hound Cup final, Abbotsham 33 to 1. Robert Thornton rides. Bit of a mix-up, has been backed into 2 to 1 joint favourite under Paul Hacking. Cab on Target 7 to 2. Stephen Swires. Cape Cottage a 33 to 1 chance. Alan Phillips. The other joint favourite is Celtic Abbey at 2 to 1. Di Jones rides. Glen Oak at 33 to 1, and Julian Pritchard. Number 7 is Lucky Christopher, ridden by Jimmy Tarrant 25 to 1. Magnolia Man at 16 to 1. Neil Harris. Mr. Boston. Noel Wilson rides at 8 to 1. Looks really well, Mr. Boston. Rusty Bridge at 33 to 1, Richard Burton, and Cirrus at the outside at 50 to 1, Tessa Blasey. And Rusty Bridge is an out-and-out star as the first to show. He'll make this a real test of stamina, as one over in excess of 4 miles. This is only 3.5 miles. They clear the first fence in this Horse and Hound Cup final, and Rusty Bridge with a clear advantage as they head on towards the second. In second place at the moment is Celtic Abbey, and Celtic Abbey went off the 15 to 8 favourite on the off, very well supported indeed. In third is Cirrus Sat, and then Glen Oak was fourth from Mr. Boston and Lucky Christopher. Cape Cottage back in the field. Bit of a mix-up as well down at this stage, accompanying Cab on Target as they continue along the back straight. Abbotsham and Magnolia Man are the last two. Over this next plain fence, and all jumping soundly there, with Rusty Bridge continuing to show the way in the hands of Richard Burton. In second place is Celtic Abbey, and then races Cirrusat towards the inside of Glen Oak, sharing third and fourth position. Another 3 lengths to Lucky Christopher towards the inside of old Mr. Boston as they swing this left-hand turn and head on towards the next plain fence. Number 4 coming up. They jump 21 in all in this 38th running of this Horse and Hound Cup final, and they all land safely over it. Abbotsham just about the last to land, and on towards the next. Rusty Bridge is the leader from Celtic Abbey, who was runner-up to Proud Son here 12 months ago. Cirrusat is third, the maroon jacket, towards the outside, and then follows Lucky Christopher in the hands of Jimmy Tarry, followed next by Cape Cottage and Mr. Boston, and then Cab on Target, who's moved up a place or two. Very wide is Glen Oak, followed by Abbotsham. Bit of a mix-up, has only got one behind him at the moment, and that is Magnolia Man. On towards fence number 6 then, and Rusty Bridge jumping soundly in front from Celtic Abbey, landing in second as they approach another left-hand turn. Cirrusat towards the inside has always lied third or fourth. Cab on Target has made good headway to go just past Cirrusat now into third place. Mr. Boston follows from Lucky Christopher and Cape Cottage and Abbotsham, and then Glen Oak the outside. Along the side of the course, over next plain fence, and a very bad mistake by Lucky Christopher, and a great sit there by Jimmy Tarry. Did really well to stay on board, Lucky Christopher. But obviously the horse has been well knocked back, and Jimmy's now struggling to recover his irons. Over another open ditch, at which they're all safely over. Magnolia Man, just the last to land, preceded only just by Lucky Christopher. Meanwhile, they swing left-handed into the back straight once again, and Rusty Bridge has led the way for a circuit. By a length to Celtic Abbey in second, and then in third is Cab on Target from Cirrusat. Mr. Boston towards the outside, followed next by Cape Cottage, and then Abbotsham and Glen Oak. 2 lengths, a bit of a mix-up, Lucky Christopher and Magnolia Man over the first down the back, and they stream over. Slight mistake by Magnolia Man at the rear of the field. The next they take is an open ditch, fence number 10, and drawing towards it, Rusty Bridge by 3 parts of a length to Celtic Abbey. He's had a good position throughout, and a particularly good jump there by Celtic Abbey. Took him up alongside the leader. In third is Cirrusat, Cab on Target and Mr. Boston now breathing down there next, followed by Cape Cottage, and Abbotsham, who was well down after a few fences, has made good progress. Clear of Glen Oak, bit of a mix-up, Magnolia Man and Lucky Christopher at the tail. Over the next, Magnolia Man made another mistake there. They now approach a long left-hand turn, and they're bunching up front with still well over a circuit in front of them. They head on towards fence number 12, and up front then it's now Celtic Abbey who goes on ahead. Rusty Bridge, the early leader, is struggling for pace at this stage. Celtic Abbey, the leader, turning in from Mr. Boston in second in the black and white jacket. Cab on Target, the white sleeve jacket out wide. Wider still, red and white hoops, is Abbotsham as they clear another. Cape Cottage follows these, followed then by Rusty Bridge. Bit of a mix-up, is making stealthy headway under the stylish Paul Hacking towards the inside. right of picture at the moment. Blue jacket, red and blue hoop sleeves, horse with a white face, just making nice progress up the inside. It's a decent performer, only a 6-year-old, a horse with a big future ahead of him as they pass the stands then with a circuit to go then. A circuit in front of them in this Horse and Hound Cup final, and the leader is the favourite. He went off 15-8 favourite, Celtic Abbey, by 2 or 3 lengths to Mr. Boston in second, and then Cape Cottage the inside of Cab on Target as they take this next plain one. Bit of a mix-up, was a bit awkward there in 5th place. Abbotsham also made a mistake. Sirasat is being bumped along, then Magnolia Man, and behind these is Glen Oak, and then Lucky Christopher, and the early leader Rusty Bridge has dropped away to be Tail End Charlie. Along the side of the course then, on towards fence number 15, at which Celtic Abbey flew it in the lead and is building up a commanding advantage now. Celtic Abbey, who thrashed Double Silk last time out at Cheltenham, and at the moment is handing out a thrashing to the others if he keeps going over this open ditch, and he skips over happily enough. In second, Mr. Boston. Bit of a mix-up now. Paul Hacking is alive to the threat from the leader and goes second on bit of a mix-up in hot pursuit. In third, Mr. Boston, then Cape Cottage running a big race. Cab on Target is struggling now, back in 5th place, a long way off the pace all of a sudden, followed next by Glen Oak. Down the back straight then, and on towards a line of 3 fences, and Celtic Abbey by 10 lengths to a bit of a mix-up. Celtic Abbey stood right off it, cleared it with feet to spare. Second, bit of a mix-up, who's beginning to close just a bit now, quickening up quite nicely. Mr. Boston's under the whip back in third, then Cape Cottage and Cab on Target. And if you want to see the others finish, tune in tomorrow. Down the back then, up front, Celtic Abbey, a clear advantage still, a bit of a mix-up, but it's only 6 or 7 lengths between them. Bit of a mix-up, is slowly but surely bridging the gap in second place. Mr. Boston back in third. They approach the last in the back straight. This is 3 out coming to it. Celtic Abbey over first, but a great jump by a bit of a mix-up in second place. Closed up to within a length on landing now, getting right on terms. These two, they look as though they're going to duel it out. They swing left-handed out of the back. They're clear of Mr. Boston in third place, plugging away. And then there's a long yawning gap to Cape Cottage, Cab on Target and Glen Oak. Up front then now, Celtic Abbey responds again to a bit of a mix-up. It's Celtic Abbey who quickened up like a good horse there, between 3 out and 2 out. Here's the second last, Celtic Abbey over safely, shrugging aside, bit of a mix-up in second place. They're a long way clear of Mr. Boston. The final fence coming up then, Celtic Abbey in front, he's over safely, bit of a mix-up, looked a real threat, 3 out, but can find no more now. Celtic Abbey and Di Jones, second 12 months ago behind Proud Son. They go one better this year in the 38th running of the Horse and Hound Cup. Celtic Abbey, the easy winner. Second, bit of a mix-up, a good run, and he'll do even better in the years to come. Third, Mr. Boston, who plugged on gamely. Glen Oak is fourth, then Cab on Target, a bit of a lighter former days. Cape Cottage next, a long gap then to Rusty Bridge and Sirasat, and most of the others have been pulled up, Lucky Christopher including, and Abbotsham as well. But Celtic Abbey, in the end, an easy winner at 13-8 favourite in the end for this Horse and Hound Cup final. Justifies all the support.
Glory for Venetia Williams. What a season she's had, because number 5, Celtic Abbey, has won the 38th year of the Horse and Hound Cup. Second was number 2, bit of a mix-up. And third, number 9, Mr. Boston. Celtic Abbey, the 13-8 favourite, bit of a mix-up, 9-4. Mr. Boston, 8-1.